Well, hello there, all you amazing people. We are going to look at this tech pouch, or what you will call it. Basically, this is the thing that I have with me to work as a nerd. So, it's a Maxpedition. I can't remember what they're calling this one here. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, people. And it is crowded. So I'm going to take it apart as much, well, not as much as possible, because this over here is kind of self-explanatory. I don't know if I have anything in this pouch here, or in this zipper here. I do. Basically just a big charging cable. I don't know if you can see this. It's just a massive long, I think it's a 100 watt charging cable. It could get 100 watts, so that's all I have there. I'll just leave that in there. But over here, I have a firewire to USB-C. I think this is a USB-C to USB-C. This sucker here. Apple charger. Just your stock stand. Well, it's not your stock standard. It's your knockoff Apple charger that I got with my MacBook Air, because I got it used. So a lot of times they will give you knockoff chargers and stuff like that. Here I have cables. I have a lot of cables. So this one here is a USB-A to one of those A's that has like the weird connection on it. And this is another USB-A to C, because I also have a power bank in my bag. This sucker here is a funny one. It's basically an USB-A you plug in, and then you put your little watch there. So I have like an iWatch, you can plug that in there, and it will charge it. This is super inexpensive. I think it's under $10 or something like that. I have not used it yet, but it's nice to have. I have almost gotten a co-worker to use it because they got their disconnection anxieties because their watch got out, but they didn't want to use it because they were like, oh, this can't charge your watch. It actually can. I have tested it out. Or just a normal charger, you plug in your USB-C here, and well, yeah, it's an old Samsung if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's an old Samsung. And I used to actually use that quite a lot. That's why it's a little bit dirty. But as you can see here, there's like these loops here, which is super good. And you can see I'm manhandling shit out of it. So now we're going over to this part here. This little USB here is 100 and something gigabyte USB. Can I see how much it is? 128. You guys can probably not see that. Again, I don't know how the iPhone is handling. Anyway, this is super cheap nowadays because everyone's going on to USB-C and USB-A. Super cheap. I have all my coding projects and some tools and some programs, but mostly coding projects on this one here. This one here is a neat little thing. So if you are let me call it avid headphone user, it's probably dirty, I don't know. But this is basically a cleaning thingy. Again, this is like a $5 I think I would call it a $5 thing I bought on a site. You can get these from Amazon for really, really cheap. But you can go in and you can clear out all that amazingly gross earwax and really like clean your charging pods and your AirPods or whatever you will call it. Really super easy. Again, because a lot of people go over to the good old USB-C, I have a cheap from GoBuy. USB-C to USB-A, really, really good. Another charger, I think this is only like a slow charge, like a 10 charge or something like that. 10 watts charger. This one here has gotten in handy so much time. This is one that I will look into a little bit later on. Then I have a Logitech dongle for my mouse that I don't use anymore. In here there is another little hole. Pocket. This is my Uqueen dongle. So it has USB-C. This is only for charging, I think. Yeah, you put the charger in there or the power in there from the wall. HDMI, it can do 4K 60. I don't use it for 4K 60. Connection. and card reader. I've been using this at work quite a lot, not for the USB, but not for the HDMI, because I have a docking station for my work laptop and stuff like that, but for the card reader. Because for some reason, sometimes I need to format cards, SD cards. And of course, a little scissor, so I can cut grass. But let's look into the other little funny thing here. Not funny thing, but interesting thing here. This little body. This is a weird thing, and a lot of my coworkers has been really interesting. When I say weird, I'm like, this is something everyone should have in their bag. So if I open it up by taking my finger, doing the little, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah, thingy. You know that all men should have a good finger action, by the way. You can draw it out, and here you can see, you can have, I don't know if you can see it, but you can have SD cards here, SIM cards and whatnot. And here is the adapters. I need to put in, where the fuck is that adapter? I use the adapter for something. So it has basically adapters in here. So this one here is one of these sockets here, USB-A sockets to USB-C. It has Firewire to USB-C. It has a SIM card injector. It has a cable here that you can plug in here. And then you have a SD card reader here also. So you take this cable out, you loop this up, talk sweet words to it, like I'm going to be really gentle, and you jam that sucker into your computer, sweet talk that also. And then you just plug your SD cards in there, your micro SD cards. These kind of sizes SD cards. I think they're called TF cards now, I'm looking at it. So this is mainly meant for traveling. So you can have different SIM cards. Back in the day when we didn't use, eSIMs. So if you're not using eSIMs, this can be used for you. I think this is the SIM card port and this is the TF card port. Yeah, so camera, you know, if you are a photographer and stuff like that, you'll be using these. These are for your SIM cards. So let's say you have one from Asia and one from the States. I don't know if you can put it in the TF cards. You may be able to. I don't know if you can fiddle that in there. I'm trying to get the light so you can see a little bit better. I have a light over there, so I see a lot of traveling people use this one. And again, I don't use it for the cards, I use it for the adapters. And I've been using these adapters a lot at work. You can see I'm missing one here that I have on my desk because I had to connect that's a USB-C to USB-A. The one that I'm missing here, that's somewhere on my desk that I need to plug in. And especially if you have people that are using Macintoshes, the USB-A to USB-C, you will be their best friend. The girls will floss in front of you with juices from whatever you know what, in all that you have thought about getting a USB-A to USB-C. You will become the company's girl's best fucking friend. They will give you your phone number. You will be the handsomest and most amazing guy in the world to them until they go home to their boyfriends and realize that you're just a nerd that never washed yourself and stuff like that. But at least for like a second, you can be the savior of humanity with an USB-A to USB-C, because a lot of people don't have that. And like I said, you just do this little thing here, and then you finger the butt, and it opens up. I've gotten a few people to buy this one here, and I actually think I got this from Amazon. And it's, again, I think it's a $10 thing. $10, $20 thing. It's not that expensive. I think the most expensive thing I have is this one here. All the wires and shit. This one I got for free with a laptop. The wires, all the wires I have, I got from, buying stuff. Buying chargers, buying equipment, buying a iPhone. I think I got this one with me, the iPhone. I got this one from some peripherals. Actually, I think the big one in here I got with the laptop, and this one here. This one I think this is not an Apple one. I think I got that with a peripheral. These I got with some other peripherals I bought. This one here I bought on my own. Not even do you have the adapters for the, I love doing this, I don't know why. You have this butt fingering thingy. I think you even have like a lanyard thing here, so you can put like a lanyard in it and have it dangling underneath your keys. I don't know why you would have that, but you can. But yeah, not only should you have small adapters like this, but also have cables, because it's a little bit irritating. Even though this is fun, it's a little bit irritating to go and do this and then take cables, plug into adapters and adapters. So have at least 2 or 3 of the most common adapters for the things you use and maybe other people's use. And I've tried different pouches. So this is the one I use right now that says fuck it. I also have had this one here. This is a Bellboy, super expensive. This one here cost about twice what this one here cost. And it's nicely organized, it looks neat. I see a lot of people talking about these here, and it has like these fancy fabrics and, you know, good old magnetic action. Oh, and little pockets here you can put things in. This one here cannot hold everything that's in here. That's the thing. One thing I have noticed is that if you go with I don't know what it is with Maxpedition pouches, they just is like a black hole. From the size that you see, you know, this is not that big. If I zip it up as it is here, you can kind of see. This one looks bigger. This is a little bit thicker. But like the footprint in your bag, this looks smaller. This can have so much more. My theory is that it's because this one here is kind of rigid, and it's like you don't have a lot of organization loops and stuff like that. So what I used to have here is like I used to have like stuff in here and stuff, and then I have a lot of fluff laying around in here. I think why these Maxpedition pouches are so black hole-ish is because, yes, you cannot put something in here and something in there. It becomes, you see, like when I have this fill out, it starts to get, I can start to put stuff in there. So when I put this one in here, that one in there, you can see it's bulky as fuck. You know, it starts to bulk up quite a lot here. And then you can see here, if I do this, it starts to rub against each other. But here's the thing. I can still close it. And you can see here, it kind of conforms a little bit. You see it's a little bit slim down here and a little bit thick up here. Again, like me, if you look here, it's a little bit thick up here and slim up here. And I think it's because this is just pure old fucking, I think it's 800D nylon. Just plain old good nylon. This one here, it is malleable, but not so much. So because this conforms, it can get thicker, it can get slimmer, it can get wider. Just like me. Hashtag ladies. That's why I like these Maxpedition or any pouches that are done in nylon versus like rigid ones, because they just can conform around your good old equipments, and plus these have just way better fucking zippers. You can have, I could even, you can see here, I could probably even put this one, if I wanted to, in here. You know, do it like this. And we see now this one here starts to poke up here a little bit. So it starts to become a little bit more of a hassle. But you kind of get the idea here. I'll plop this one out there. This one can get sucked in here. You can see it's kind of hitting here still. So if I do this, I can now punch that down a little bit more. Put that in here. I've seen people use these for mechanical, so they have like mechanics use these for pliers, screwdrivers, multi-tools, whatnot. I've seen solars using them for what you call it, food supply. So they will have like utensils, even the fucking little not furnace, but the little thing they use to, what I can't remember what it's called right now. The one you click up and you put your pot on. I've seen people using this specific one as a fire starter kit, all the fire starting shit in there if you like a bushcraft kind of dude or do that. I've seen people have makeup in them, use them as a makeup bag. And why would you do that? Why do I like having this as a tech bag? Well, let's say my bag is open on my desk and you see this in my bag and you see this and you're one of those, I want free shit, you know. I don't want to pay for my old shit. I'm a pesky bad co-worker, just got fired for swinging my dick around in the office. I need something with me home. If you see something nice like this here, that is nice and expensive, and I love Bellboy products, don't get me wrong. I have a Bellboy bag. When you see something like this versus this, you don't know what's in here. This is nice. And nice things is what people gravitate to when they want to steal shit. So if they see this in your bag and they're just passing by and they, oh, I can snatch something, they will snatch this one over this one. Because this could be anything from your fucking sex toys to your condoms to your makeup to your shoe polishing kit. You don't know what's in there. People that buy nice stuff like this, they put nice stuff in there. So think about it. This is what's in my tech pouch from 2024. I would love to see yours. Go into my Discord, post them in there. I have an EDC channel or chat room or what you would call it. Post them in there, and I do love patches. I have a little bit of a space here, so recommendations for another patch here should be a funny one. Let me know. See you all later. Bye bye.